Peace, positivity, love, and prosperity. We are the 99 podcast. This is your boy, Cancer Cannabis. And today, who do I have with me?
Harold. Most people call me H.
A very special guest, man. And what do you have going on right now in the community, man? Because I've seen you on the post lately on Instagram, man.
Yeah, so Chuck and Chuck, he's a local rapper. I'm wearing him right here. He's one of my best friends. You know what I mean? So we wanted to put together. We like doing things for the community. So we wanted to put together this back to school drive. So we called it Chuck and Friends for the Children back to school drive, and we're also going to be doing a Kids Day, and so the back to school drive, it's going to end tomorrow actually, and then that's when we're also going to do the Kids Day. We're going to give out free school supplies. We're going to give out free clothes. We teamed up with one of my also really good friends, Kawaifu. I've known him for a stupid long time. He actually hit us up, and he was already going to do something with Shakaware where he gives out clothes and stuff. They do it all the time. So he was like, hey, I seen what you guys are doing as far as the Kids Day goes. I want to come give some clothes to the kids. And I was like, absolutely. So that's actually how a lot of these things fell together. We were just reaching out to spots to set up drop off locations for the school supplies, and they ended up volunteering things all the time. A lot of places, they didn't even bother like entertaining the conversation. So, but we had more than a couple that were.
Could you give a shout out to those spots that did allow you?
Yeah, no, I was about to say, like, we had a couple spots that were not only did allow us to use their spots, but they also volunteered different services that they offer, as well as different resources for the children. Like, we have Brickyard. That was our main one. Brickyard is amazing. They're I would say they're a food patio / event venue of sorts. They're downtown off of 18th, and I don't remember the exact other car street, but I think it might be N. Don't be upset at me if I'm wrong. Yeah, don't quote me on that. But Brickyard downtown, look it up on Instagram. They got a lot of really great food there. Sabor Taino barbecue is one of my favorite spots in the world. They have some of the best Puerto Rican barbecue. I don't know about other Puerto Rican barbecue.
That sounds fire.
It's fire, bro. Fire.
What do you like to get there? What do you recommend?
I love their pulled pork nachos.
Pulled pork nachos.
Stupid delicious.
That sounds fire, man.
Yeah.
And where was that at?
That's at Brickyard. At Brickyard, yeah.
Okay.
And so Brickyard, they offered to give us the venue for completely free to have the Kids Day.
Nice.
As well as 100 free meals for the children. So that's kind of
that's a big thing.
Yeah, it's huge. I was when she just told us, she was like, okay, well. I was looking to rent the venue, I was expecting that's what we would have to do. That's why I was calling them. And shout out to Terry from Brickyard. Amazing person.
Terry, man.
Yeah. They volunteered. They were like, well, we'll give you the venue. And how many kids are you expecting? And I was like, I think we're going to have around 100 kids. We were originally going to do it for the Jameson Center.
Nice. I remember seeing another one like that for the Jameson Center.
So, oh, no way.
So it ended up becoming like all one?
So we ended up not being able to do it for the Jameson Center just because of the way that their scheduling was going to work and how it was going to line up with certain things that they needed to get done. But they recommended us this really great nonprofit, Hearts Connection, who we ended up doing it for. So they actually serve families with special needs children all across Kern County.
Okay.
So there's a lot, it's obviously hard raising kids,
with special needs.
And you can imagine a child with special needs, what we're talking about as far as like hospital bills, special like therapy, special teachers, all types of different things. So it's difficult enough. And then you add in the fact that they're coming from Kern County, which is a majority low income area. Anything that we can do to help. Obviously, we wanted to help the Jameson Center, but when they brought up this nonprofit, we're like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It went in line with everything that you guys were aiming for.
Exactly. So we just wanted to do something good for the community. This is a group that needs something good done for them. Doesn't need them, but could use some good done for them.
Yeah, it's always good to give back to the community. How did you guys get this together? Because I feel like this is definitely a huge collaborative event going on. It's not just one organization. This is a couple organizations and a couple of businesses that are putting in for this.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. There's quite a bit of organizations that, again, we were just calling everywhere as far as to get drop-off locations, and people were just volunteering stuff. I called the Blur Barbershop. Shout out to them. That's where I get my haircut at, actually, as well. Shout out to Alex. Lalo's pretty good too. Luis is really good too. Shout out to Louis. He's actually the owner as well. So he's the one that, when I called him and I asked him if we could set up a drop-off location, he was like, absolutely. And if you want, I think we can even go that day and give the kids haircuts.
Nice.
I was like, what?
So far the event has free food for the kids, free back to school supplies, and free haircuts.
Yep, exactly. And then what else did we get? I was talking to Terry one day, and they told me that they had like 3 other vendors donate. Woodland Creations. I'm gonna look up the names because I don't want to misquote anybody. There is a lot of people involved in this, and I do want to give every single one of them a shout out. Just because
they should, because this is, like I said, it's a huge collaborative event for the community.
Exactly.
Which we need more of, So it's a beautiful thing to see,
Exactly. Yeah. So from Brickyard, we got Mondo's, Sabor Taino, Taco Roll, Los Celtecas. That's who donated the food for the 100 free meals. Western Woodland, Chic Creations, and Things for Queens. They actually donated free lemonades, free ice creams, and then free customizable patches for the kids. Then we also had Night Owl Creations. They donated the decorations for the spot for tomorrow. That they all went through Brickyard. They are vendors that they have all the time as well. So that's how we were able to connect with them. Everyone that we've connected with has also been bringing in other people, which has been amazing. And then as far as we also got free clothes, like I said, from Kawaifu.
Shaka.
Kawaifu and Shaka Wear. He's sponsored by them. They do a lot of stuff together. So he saw this as a great opportunity to give back to the community as well.
I've seen him do it last year at East High.
Yeah.
He was at East High School, and he was out there. He did a nice video. So I want to see what kind of videos you guys do on this event. It would be nice to see that because,
it would
need to highlight that.
I think we're just going to have to be careful about how we do things, just because I do know that when we're talking about children and stuff, and especially children with special needs, we just have to be careful about how it is that we put them on camera, you know?
Absolutely.
And even though, obviously this is good for promo and all that, we're not doing it for that, so we kind of don't want to do too much promotion of the fact that we did it afterwards. The only real reason that we're talking about it and putting it out there to the world is just so that we can get a lot more donations for people and stuff. Because obviously if I could do it myself, I would just do it and I wouldn't tell nobody. I would just do it. If Chuck could do it, I know he would do the same. But we don't have the power or the resources to do that quite yet, to fund all this on our own.
It's a team effort,
exactly.
Which is what's happening right now.
Exactly.
So it's beautiful to see, man.
Yeah, before Kawaifu donated with Shakaware, we had Nooch, who's a local rapper. He's real poppin'. He had a bunch of clothes that he wanted to give away for the kids, so he just pulled up to the promo event that we were doing as far as recording and everything. He's like, hey, I got this box of clothes, let's give it out. And we were like, all right, let's do it. So since we had him and Shaka Wear join in, I was like, all right, I got a couple other friends that have clothing brands that I know would love to do this, and I even forgot them, and I wish I would have involved them as well. But shout out to Kids to Kings, the Stick Ups, and Always Us Never Them. They all donated clothes for the kids as well. And then we have DJ Perm. He's actually going to DJ that night, the day of, And then 3G Activities, they're a local nonprofit that helps kids stay healthy and do activities. So they do dodgeball nights. They do water balloon events. They're pretty new but they're just trying to do a lot of things to basically keep kids active and healthy.
Is this like an after school program?
I would say it's not necessarily like a daily after school program. It's more of like a once every couple weeks type of thing. They also like I seen that they're adopting a park, and they're cleaning up the park and stuff with the kids. I think they do that like once a month. But yeah, so that I called them, the founder and I. We went to high school together, and it's beautiful because a lot of these people I've known for quite some time, or we have like connections through someone else who
organic networking.
Exactly.
It just happens by itself. You don't have to go out there and reach out. You know, it just sort of happens behind the scenes, which is kind of how we ended up meeting, bro. Which is like, nah, gotta have this one, especially now that I seen you on that video. I was like, oh, bro, I know Harold, man. Man, let's do this, man. You're doing something for the community, bro. Gotta have you on.
Exactly,
you know?
Exactly. And it's crazy because you meet people, like, we've known each other for years. And this is maybe like, even though we've done other events together and stuff, this is maybe like our first time doing something, just you and I.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, people don't really always see the value of good relationships. They always want something immediately. They're always trying to get something out of the situation right away, and it's like, nah, you don't gotta do nothing. Just be yourself, have a cool relationship. You know, eventually something will come that is mutually beneficial. You know,
that part.
Yeah, you get to help promote us. You help promote the event. You know what I mean? You let the people know what we're doing, and you get some good content out of it. You know what I mean? I get a platform to talk about this, and I also get some marketing. Like it's perfect.
We were discussing this before the show, bro, and you know. It's beautiful to see it actually coming through because a couple of years ago, who would have thought?
Exactly. I don't think either one of us would have thought that we were doing this. Yeah,
bro, that's how it's like, hey, man. And that's how it's been with a lot of previous guests too, man. A lot of previous guests, man, has great relationships with. Personally, know them all. You know, it's not like I had to pay them or beg them or anything like that. It's just like, hey, man. It's perfect timing. Let's do this, you know?
Yeah.
Give me an hour of your time, you know? Whoever gets to see it. I know it's going to be your closest people.
Yes, sir.
And there it is, man.
Yeah.
So, what other events have you done before? So, this is your first community event, right?
Yeah. My first community event on this scale. We did something smaller. A couple years ago, a close friend of mine passed away, and we did... Rest in peace, Carlos Gomez.
Rest in peace.
And we did a kind of like a benefit concert in remembrance of him. It was free with a donation, and then the donation is all the like actual like money that was made and stuff. We just gave it to his mom.
Where was this held?
This was held at the David Head Center in Lamont. So that was actually really special to us because we grew up in Lamont. The majority of the people that actually attended the concert, it wasn't a big concert or anything, but we're from Lamont. We had a couple people from Bakersfield, obviously, as well. But it was the first time something like this had been done there, and it was in remembrance of him. So it was really special to me. But it definitely was not something for the community directly. It was more specifically for his family, you know. Yeah. This is my first time doing something where we're benefiting a nonprofit or an organization, a group of people that is not, you know, like a loved one or something like that.
Yeah, and as going for a good cause, you know.
Yeah,
not that
exactly.
It wasn't a good cause what you did before, you know,
right.
But you know, it's going for a good cause.
Yeah.
Is there any other events that like you'd like to bring up, like from the past that you've done besides that one, or?
Yeah, we've done quite a bit of events.
Music wise.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about this. Like we've done back in the day, not even back in the day, maybe like 5 years ago. I did Nipsey Hussle in Club Imperial. We had, I think, 1,300 people.
Club Imperial, is that here in town?
No, that's in Fresno. That's in Fresno. Yeah, okay. That's in Fresno. That was like right after he dropped Victory Lap, and it was amazing. It was dope. I got to see him perform a few of his hits, and it was crazy.
He used to post up in the field a lot. You know, he ended up. I know he had a concert at Green Gate when it was on Union.
Yeah.
And some other time, another collective.
Yeah.
That's cool that you were able to get him. How did you get him?
We got him because so we did this festival called KC4, and it was, well, we didn't actually do it. We failed terribly. We crashed and burned horribly. I lost all my life savings and my reputation. My partner lost all his life savings. He wasn't as public facing as me, so he didn't get the same backlash I did. I literally got my life threatened a few times. You know what I mean? I had to catch some fades for that. But like, it is what it is, you know. But yeah, we did KC4. We were supposed to have Nipsey Hussle, T Grizzly, Sweetie, E40, a Young Drummer Boy, and then a bunch of locals and stuff, right? We paid all these people a deposit. Of all these people, because we weren't able to have the event, the only person that honored their contract was Nip.
No way.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, and his price doubled after that, but he looked out for us hella. Like, if not for him looking, I've told this story before too on another pod, but like, if not for him looking out for us as far as like giving us, all right, so we paid him a deposit of $20,000, right? It was $40,000 for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that was right. But we booked him right before Victory Lap. He dropped Victory Lap. His show price went up to $80,000.
Damn.
Yeah, and so obviously, you know, fucking 20 G's is no longer half the deposit. If we wanted to get a show, we'd have to pay him another 20 G's. We don't got no 20 G's. We're all broke as fuck right now.
Yeah.
And so he's like, all right, well, I'm doing 40 for the walkthrough. I'll give it to you guys for 30. You guys already got he
gave you guys that 20G credit.
Exactly.
Nice.
So we just had the day of, we just had to get another 10 G's. I think actually it might have not been 30. It might have been 35 because I think we had, or no, we made 16 G's. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was 30. We had to get another 10 G's. So.
And leading up to that concert, was it a successful one? Like, was it sold out?
Yeah, the concert was super successful, super sold out. If we had came out of pocket for that, we wouldn't have considered it a success because obviously in terms of production, it cost us about $35,000 and we ended up making about $16,000 in total revenue. So technically we lost $19,000, but that $16,000 that we made was out of nothing technically because we had already lost that $20,000. You know, so we paid him the $10,000 out of that 16, and now we got $6,000 left to play with, and because of that, that's literally the only reason we were able to continue doing events. After that, we had RJ, we had Mozzie.
Where did you have RJ at?
RJ and Mozzie, we both had them at La Movida. Yeah, RJ, we had like 600 people there, and then Mozzie, we had like 800 people there, and both of those events were successful. Shout
out La Movida. I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, you're good.
But lately I've been seeing them doing all kinds of events, like oldies, rap.
Yeah.
It's not just corridos anymore, because for a cool while it was corridos on lock, you know. But they've been more open-minded and having different kinds of events there, man.
They have, and this was a couple years ago and stuff, and they really weren't as open-minded as they are now. Like a lot of the things that are happening now, I wish would have been happening
a couple years ago.
Yeah, but I like to think that low-key, shit, we paved the way for this shit, to be honest with you. Like,
that part, bro.
To be honest, like, I don't like to brag or like talk about it too much, but like, even speaking humbly, I know for a fact that myself and the people that I associated with and the people that I work with, we've inspired a lot of these people to do the things that they do, whether they know it or not.
Been the stepping stones to their success,
exactly.
Man.
We've taken the losses so that you guys could thrive. We've literally put it all on the line and have reaped no rewards from it just so that you guys can. You know, and it's not like...
It's not bragging like all that, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not grabbing just anyone off the bikes. Nah, I'm grabbing people. If you guys go down my list, man, I'm grabbing somebody's that... They don't need the recognition, but at the same time, that recognition cannot be denied.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. And no, for sure.
And I ain't glazing. It's real shit.
Yeah, and every single one of like the guests and stuff, because I was checking out your YouTube before, and like they're all people that I've heard of. They're all people that have done something in the town. Like your last guest, I even commented on the Instagram, like Tommy does deserve more recognition. Tommy paved the way. Tommy and Andrew paved the way for me. I'm not glazing, you know. It's just the truth. If they weren't doing the shows that they were doing at the time that they were doing, the
scene would have died out.
The scene would have died out, and not only that, but they created a lot of people. They made a lot of people think differently about a lot of shows. They literally made Jerry's go on a damn near full hip hop, like
it went on a little
vibe, you know,
hip hop thing for a couple years.
For a couple years, yeah, and even still, they're still trying to bring it back. That was like the highlight of Jerry's. That was them. They had that bitch sold out. I'm talking about 400 people to where there's no room to even move, you know, and because of them,
I think King Lil G went down there.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they had
Jerry's.
They had quite a bit of people there. They had a lot. They had Lil Peep there. They had Suicide Boys. Honestly,
that was Tommy.
That was Tommy. That was Tommy.
Wow.
And a lot of these people, bro, they ended up blowing up. And people don't give Bakersfield enough credit for how much of a tastemaker we are. We don't have artists yet to prove it, but a lot of artists come here when they're first trying to get footing in another city, because we're not open as much to people of our own, but people from out of town that we see are kind of doing something, we will gladly accept them and try to boost them up and build them up even more.
I've seen that time and time again, man.
Time again.
Matter of fact, man, there's a lot of people living in Bakersfield, a lot of artists in Bakersfield that are not from Bakersfield, and I feel like they kind of get a little cheat code not being from here, that they get a little bit more success because everybody could show love to them without feeling like, oh no, that's a homie's enemy or that's a homie's, you know, whatever.
Yep, exactly, you know? Exactly, yeah.
And they get that pass.
Yep, they definitely do. And Tommy and Andrew, they brought all those people here, and because of them and the climate that they created, I was able to do my thing as far as shows go. You know, even like the smaller like independent shows that I've done a bunch of independent shows at damn near every artist in town. Not every artist, because there's a lot of new artists, but you could say probably half of the artists in town have performed at one more than a couple of my independent shows that we did back in the day and stuff.
And the thing is, a lot of people didn't even know. You know, it's not like you had your H Presents.
Yeah,
exactly. Know, all over the place. People just saw these events happening and had no idea who did it.
Exactly, and you know that's the way I prefer to keep it. But I've realized the power of putting your name out there and building a following. You know, you look at like a lot of the richest people in the world right now, like the newest billionaires and millionaires, they're using social media to build their influence. You know, they're creating their own following. So that's kind of what my intention is here as well. I just plan to do it a little bit more organically and let people know that that's what I'm doing.
And that's part of the reason why I reached out to you, because I've seen you on social media with that video with Kawaii Fu, you know, because I've seen you a lot behind the scenes, bro. We work together, you know, and you know, I haven't seen you in years, bro. And then I seen you like right there. I was like, oh, that's H, man. I wonder how this was doing, you know. And it's good to see that we're both doing better, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're hosting a back to school drive, you know, or helping organize it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bro, it's just a dope thing to see. So, what areas are you representing? Because are you from out here in Bakersfield or?
So, I'm from Lamont. Mm-hmm. Technically, I'm from Lamont, right?
Same.
I wasn't born there. I wasn't born in Bakersfield, but I'm born and raised in Lamont. That's where I fully represent. I was kind of molded and made as well though by East Bakersfield. I went there for high school. I went to Foothill. You know, so I've been there since I was like 14, 15. And even as soon as I became an adult, like not even when I was an adult, I got kicked out when I was like 17. And my first apartment was right there off of Water Street and River. Like that's the hood. Yeah. And it made me who I am. Like a lot of the experiences that I've had have been in this little area of Bakersfield that so many people dislike, you know? So that's
disliked, and I feel it's definitely underserved because Lamont and East Bakersfield, man, definitely needs the help. And I feel like that's a lot of the areas that gets overlooked. So it's good to have a representative, bro, that's actually, you know, all the things that you've done from the area that you're from.
I appreciate that, bro.
You know? No, because it's not like, oh, you're born and raised in Bakersfield. Nah, bro, we're from the same little area. We both from Lamont.
Yeah.
You know? And,
yes, sir.
Bro, it's almost crazy because Tommy said he's from Bodfish.
Oh, shit.
What was it? Like another little town from out there. And the other one, Jeffy, Jeffy's from Peru,
right?
a small little town. He's also having another event himself too.
That's dope.
You know,
yeah, shout out to Jeffy. Yeah, Jeffy's been doing it too for real. For the
out here too, bro. And that's another cool thing. I've been seeing everybody like all these event organizers starting to actually collaborate now out here.
Yeah.
You know, so this event being one of them.
Yeah.
You know,
yes,
so
sir,
bro,
sir.
that's just dope. Is there any other future events like this that you plan on having?
Yeah, so there's a couple things I have planned that are not fully solidified, so I don't want to talk too much about those. But I definitely want to just do more things for just underprivileged communities, you know, whether it be like the elderly, you know, more stuff for the children, stuff for the homeless. I'm really passionate about animals, so I definitely want to do things for them. But for sure, locked in, we have Thanksgiving. We do that every year. We've been doing that for the past 4 years. We had to not do 1 year because of COVID, but it's also a collaboration between me and Chuck. A lot of these things, it's a collaboration with Chuck and I. You know what I mean? Chuck does his things as far as like rapping and stuff. No, for sure, absolutely. He does his thing as far as like rapping, and he's the fucking man when it comes to rapping. Like, he really can't be touched. And I used to be his manager, so what I would end up doing a lot of times was using him in a way as like my creative vehicle and like face for these things, and it's mutually beneficial, you know.
Yeah.
Like, he obviously helps out a lot. He's obviously the face. He's been doing a lot of the work for the drive. He's been the one running around town and like actually dealing with people. Yeah, dealing with people and stuff. Like, once I do a lot of like the original like business relationships. I line up the transactions, and then he gets a lot of the stuff done. You know, so it's not like I'm just doing everything and stuff. But he obviously gets to do something dope for the community, something he wants to do. A lot of these things are his ideas too. I just tell him, okay, this is what you want to do. This is how we're gonna do it. You know what I mean? This is who you want to be, Chuck. You're the dopest rapper, right? But he also wants to be someone that is doing things for the city, someone that is doing things for the community. You know what I mean? So, all right, this is what you want to do. This is what I want to do too.
That's some good artist development right there. Bro.
Exactly, but let's make this happen. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're doing Thanksgiving. Like I said, that's a collab between Chuck and I. And every year we have a bunch of THC vendors donate a bunch of stuff, like a lot of stuff. And we advertise it, right? And we tell everybody that whoever brings the most cans can have this whole collection of stuff. So usually, like last year, whenever I tallied up everything that was in there, and I was like, thinking about how much value this is like over $1,000 worth of product. We have some vendors that give like a whole ounce of wax, like a whole I think one of the vendors gave like a couple grams of rosin, some gummies. Sheesh. Like someone gave like half a zit. It was a bunch of stuff. Someone gave like an ounce of flour. It was a lot of stuff. It was literally a whole box, right? And whoever donates the most, they get that. You know, so someone actually ended up donating, I think they donated $250, and we were doing that. $1 was one can. Mm-hmm. You know, so we were asking mainly for cans, but every year it happens that people always want to donate cash. Even like with the back to school drive, we're asking for supplies, but people don't have the time to go get supplies.
Yeah.
They don't want to go do it. They don't want to drop it off. They just be like, hey, I'll cash up you $20, $30, whatever. Some people don't even care about winning. They just want to do something dope for the community. You know what I mean? So. Shout out to Sean. He donated that. He ended up winning. And then, yeah, that's the plan to do this again this year. We're probably going to announce it a little bit earlier this time. And the plan is to actually, instead of having one winner, we're going to have each can basically be a raffle ticket. So that way we can have a lot of winners, and hopefully we'll get a lot more engagement that way.
So how is it the Thanksgiving? People go and they donate the...
yeah, so we have...
donate the canned food, and then that puts them in a raffle to end up winning something?
That's how we're gonna do it this year. That's how we're gonna do it this year. That's what, and then for every can that you donate, you'll get a raffle ticket. So if you donate 100 cans, you get 100 raffle tickets. So you have obviously a better advantage than someone who doesn't donate as many cans, right? Mm-hmm. And you can even win multiple times. and every single one of the prizes that we're gonna get, we're just gonna raffle it off individually this time. That way, there's gonna be a lot of winners too.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm telling you, we got a lot of stuff. We had like 20 vendors donate stuff last time, and then some even ended up seeing what we were doing and wanted to pitch in, even though they weren't even on the flyer. So hopefully this year that's gonna be bigger and better. And we also plan on doing something in Christmas time. So something like toys for the kids or something
Toys
like
for
that.
tots or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, exactly. Hopefully this time we'll actually be able to do it with the Jameson Center. They really want to be a part of this one, and they want to be a part of the future ones. It's just, again, when you have a nonprofit that's funded basically 100% through government bodies, there's a lot of checks and balances, and it takes time to get approval for certain resources, to be able to move all the kids over there and to do things. It just takes a lot of time. So that's
I was saying, could you go into more into detail on that? Because people think that all this is easy, just gathering the resources and all that to host these events. There's a little bit of a,
my bad.
I'd say, what do you say, political moves that you had to do, you know, as far as like hosting community events and stuff?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I would say.
It's like local politics.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of local politics. But I think if you just want to do something, if you can do it yourself, that's the best way to avoid politics. But when you do deal with government bodies and organizations, there is definitely going to be a lot of politics. But some organizations are a lot easier to deal with than others, you know. And it's honestly almost always about finding the right person and then also presenting yourself the right way, you know. I definitely, this event again fell together like, for myself personally, this event fell together really easily. A lot of the events that we've done in the past have not been easy to do, you know. But this being a community event, I think a lot of people wanted to be a part of it to just do something good for the children. So we didn't experience as much pushback. We did get a little bit of like, I told every single news platform about this. You know, I reached out.
Did they end up posting?
No, no one posted it. No one. And
that's another thing we could get into, because I feel like what do you say that radio and a lot of the local media doesn't give us support? Because look at this event that you're throwing down, and you said that they didn't end up.
No, none of them did. And I spoke with multiple of them, and some told me that they would cover it. Some told me that they would schedule it, you know, and nothing happened, you know. And they did talk about multiple other back to school events, back to school drives. So, you know, it's fine. It's no hard feelings. I understand it. They're just playing the game, you know. They don't see any benefit in talking about us because, you know, they might think it's not anything big, or they maybe don't want to shine a spotlight on local hip hop artists doing something positive, you know. But it's fine. Like, you know, I'm not gonna
knock them down for it. I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah. You just gotta be so big they can't ignore you, you know. And then just whenever they can't ignore you, just, you know, you can be a little petty if you want to ignore them, you know. But I probably won't, just because I try to be a good person, you know. I'll probably tell Chuck not to be petty either, you know. But yeah, like they do reach out when it's some bullshit though, you know, because whenever we had KC4 and we were forced to shut down because of the city, I got a couple calls of asking about interviews and stuff. You know,
and
from a couple different administrations. They covered it. They put it on the news. I was on the news. It wasn't too into depth, but it was like a 5-minute thing. You can still find it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it is what it is. But I can't even be mad at it. I just gotta move on. Like, and I don't mean to put the city on blast at all, because I'm actually working on something right now with the city, and they've been extremely receptive. Like right now when we're talking about politics, like I've been going around trying to do a couple different projects on the back end as far as like community organizing. I've been reaching out to the Kern County Library. You know what I mean? I've been reaching out to the city. I've been reaching out to the county. Like I said, I already experienced some pushback with the county. I've experienced pushback with the police department with different things in the past. I experienced a little bit of pushback with the library until I found the right person to speak to, and that's why I tell you it's all about connections. You know, I found the right person to talk to, and she actually pointed me in the right way, and she was very receptive to what we were trying to do. But others weren't as much, and I could tell they just really didn't want me in those spaces. But the city, as far as this new project that I'm working on, and maybe it's just because it's a different department, they've been
it's
really
new people too, right?
It's probably new people as well.
Compared to a couple of years ago, because I noticed the city is now allowing people to go and not tag on boxes, but now paint on them.
Yeah.
You know, and one of them being the homie Coma.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
He's doing a box.
Yeah.
You know, and that's legally by the city.
Yeah.
You know, and like never did I think that Bakersfield was gonna be like that, but I'm seeing the change slowly starting to happen.
Yeah, and it's just again becoming too big to ignore, right? And then just also people seeing the value of what you're doing, like after it's done, and what they can get out of it. Back then, they didn't see the value of having Bakersfield be beautiful, which is what they're saying now, right? But there is a lot of value in that, and we've been pushing for that to be something that people take seriously for a very long time. But they just haven't. And, you know, it takes time when it comes to government. People are in the positions of power that they're in by having the ideas that they have. Once again, to those positions of power, they usually don't want to change them because that's how they got there, you know? So I can't knock it. But I do hope that more and more people do continue to be open to all these different community events and how actually helping people have the resources that they need and making their everyday environment better actually helps the overall world. Like, that's, people don't want to admit this, but that's how we lower crime. If people have enough resources to survive to eat, and to thrive, yourself,
to pay the bills, you don't have to go out and do anything stupid for money.
Exactly. And obviously people still will, you know, there's always going to be different people that do different stupid things, but for the most part, that's how you avoid all these things. There's a reason why poor areas have so much crime. It's because they're poor, you know? And if they weren't, they probably wouldn't have as much crime. So, but I think that's a deeper conversation to have.
I was going to say, no, because I do agree. But so the event that you're hosting is it's in Bakersfield, but do you ever plan on doing anything in East Bakersfield and Lamont?
Hell yeah.
Because I feel like those areas definitely need people to show up, because a lot of the times I feel like that these back to school things happen. I do feel like it's more in areas that don't need it.
I can definitely see that. Which is why we wanted to go for a nonprofit instead of doing it for the general public at this moment specifically, because we wanted this first one to be for the people that need it, and we want every single one of them to be for the people that need it. But because this is again through Chuck, like I have no face. Like, you know, this is me putting myself out here now. But prior to this, I have no face. I have no interest in putting myself out here up until recently. As far as for everything that I've done a bunch of stuff that, like, I've had like multiple businesses. My businesses have been more well known than I have. Like, we've done a bunch of different things that I damn near be forgetting half the shit I did.
You be doing shit for a lot of people, man. Graphic designing being one of them.
Hell yeah, I did a bunch of graphic design, done a bunch of websites for some really big people. You know what I mean? I've done websites for Made in Tokyo. You know what I mean? I've done a bunch of stuff that, like, again, I just forget so much shit that I've done. Like, I say all that to say, fuck, I'm high as fuck.
We hella high as fuck, man.
Yeah,
we ended up smoking out. What was it?
It was some Joker's candy from CalMeds. Shout out to CalMeds, calmeds.org for anybody that needs some delivery. Actually, speaking of that, that's a great transition. I actually have a gift for you, my friend.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Love gifts, man.
But it is a gift for you, but we're going to smoke it together after this.
Hey, say less, man.
So, you know what I mean? You got that good CalMeds, Baby Joker, you know what I mean?
That's a Baby Joker.
Yes, sir. You got, yeah.
It really says Baby Joker on it.
That's that fire. Yeah.
Have you checked these guys out?
I haven't checked those guys out. I've been seeing them. They look fire because I love Smash. Shout out to, I actually have some Smash.
Gift from, you know, I'm a guy that likes getting gifts, man, but whenever I do have it, man, I love giving gifts, man. So
yeah.
It's for you. This was the psychedelic ones.
The whole bag? Or
we can share it too.
I keep it. No, I asked that because I don't really.
I
don't fuck with shrooms no more, bro. I don't fuck with psychedelics in general,
I'll
to be honest.
For you.
Yeah, take the whole bag for me. Yeah, right now.
Shout out to Smash. I won't do it right now because I've done 2 of these. Bro, check it out. I've done the whole bag, right?
Knock the whole bag right now.
Damn, this will peer pressure me.
Peer
all
pressure.
The time.
Peer pressure.
This is a child.
Here, I'll knock the whole bag of these for you. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna do a whole bag. I'm gonna do one.
No, the whole bag. Sack the whole bag.
Hey, I'm gonna use that as a clip to get all the people to
yeah.
But hey, that's crazy, bro. You see, my true self comes out when the drugs come out.
Yeah. There we go.
Hey,
I feel you. Same here.
Hey, but this baby Joker, man, and this CalMeds.
Yes, sir. CalMeds.org for all you guys that need it delivered.
CalMeds.org, man.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to them. Shout out to Smash.
We'll make a promo. I'll tell them to make a promo code. It'll say Union 99.
We are the 99.
We are the 99. All right. I thought Union might be a little better because it's shorter.
Union.
You know what I mean? But we are the 99. And then you'll get like 10% off if you go. We'll put the code underneath or something. We'll figure out exactly what the wording will be.
We'll figure it out, man.
We'll figure it out. But
so this I feel like leads on to a whole nother range of organically getting involved with people, man.
Yeah,
I feel
for sure.
like, you know,
for sure. Yeah.
And not to say like, oh, because weed head or shroom head, whatever. No, but I feel like there's a lot of networking that happens, like just genuinely fucking getting into substances, you know.
Absolutely. My mom said that weed would never take me anywhere, but she was wrong.
Hey, I feel that. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I feel like I could have been farther in life, but sometimes I'm like, no. I like where I'm at. You know, I didn't think I was gonna be this far either. You know.
Definitely, bro. I thought I was gonna be dead by 21 for the longest. Like longest, bro.
You know, coming from that area where we come from, we lost a lot of our friends, a lot of childhood friends growing up at an early age. A lot of them,
and even to this day, like I'm still losing people. Like I can't count the number of times that I've looked on the news and seen somebody that I know is dead. You know what I mean?
And
like
even if you didn't really know them, no, it's like you know you knew of them, and it's like damn. At that point, I feel like I've lost count. I feel like I've been to more funerals than I've been to like weddings and quinceañeras and all that.
For sure. At
the same time, I feel like I almost feel like all that negativity is kind of what pushed me to kind of get involved in events and shit like that. Cause it's like, bro, I've been in so many negative shit. I need something good and positive, and I had to find that in community events.
Yeah.
To be honest,
I think that's where we met. No, at like one of the sessions back in the day. No,
that and then I remember the exact day.
Where?
Because it was at another tax office downtown.
At Pacheco's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah! Shout out to Pacheco, man. Pacheco's the best.
Shout out, man.
That's where we met at.
Yeah, freaking. I ended up walking downstairs, and then I believe you were walking with Chuck. And I think. I don't know what happened. I think Checo called you, you know, and introduced us. I think he's the one that introduced us, bro.
No way.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then when Checo goes even more crazy because then it goes into A. Reese.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's crazy. That's my boy too. Both of those are Checo's like my uncle. You know what I mean? He's actually helped line up a lot of the relationships that I have to this day, which is like I'm so grateful to everyone that's in my life because. Again, it just goes into the power of relationships and the value of connections. Like, I have a lot of resources available to me because I have a lot of people available to me, you know, and a lot of the people that I grew up with, they don't necessarily have that support system. They don't have the resources available to them through those people. You know, I have, thankfully, shout out to God, you know, I have both my parents in my life. You know, I only got one grandparent, but she's been my backbone even when she's not here, you know, and I have a lot of great friends. I have a lot of great people that I just met randomly who have provided me a lot of support and a lot of platforms, a lot of opportunities. And to this day, I still get them on the regular. So, but a lot of the people that I grew up with, they don't have that. They for whatever reason, we're not granted that in life, you know, and it's unfortunate, it's unfair, obviously, but it's the hand that we were dealt. And so my plan is to hopefully be able to be that support system for the next generation. You know what I mean? Everybody in Lamont, everybody on the east side, like even throughout all of Bakersfield, but those are the areas, Lamont specifically, first and foremost, and then East Bakersfield, and then hopefully even like Greater Bakersfield, but also like, I mean, like I want to go into like my parents' towns, you know, like back in Mexico, like where they're from, you know, I want to help. Like, I don't really ever talk about this, but like my mom, she was raised in kind of like an orphanage for a large part of her life. You know what I mean? So I'd like to eventually someday like be able to go fund that orphanage. You know what I mean? If anything, maybe even like just help that whole community to where the point where hopefully maybe kids don't necessarily need to go into down.
No, you're good, man. And hopefully kids don't need to get caught up in the system, because the Jameson Center, man, it's the same thing, you know?
Exactly.
And, you know, it's a beautiful thing that you're doing right there, man, because, you know, you're literally giving back, you know, and not everybody gives back all the time. A lot of people, man, they grow up with a ugly chip on the shoulder, you know, and some people, man, they give back to the community, and that's the most beautiful feeling that you could ever have, is to fucking give back. Give back, show love, show support, you know, because, you know, I feel like there's a lot of examples of just people taking off and never looking back, you know. So I like sometimes I was gonna get off topic. I would say like, man, they killed Young Dolph at a turkey drive, at his own town,
for real.
Which is another. I feel like that's another line, because I feel like a lot of people that do good, they almost get taken out in bad ways, you know. And like Young Dolph got taken out in the turkey drive, bro.
Hell yeah.
You know, like me, I want to do community events. But it's not like I'm like, oh, I'll get killed fucking doing a community event, you know. But it's just like
Lord willing, that'll never happen, you know what I mean? But
like from the time we were from, bro, like we didn't really get to think that we were gonna make it this far, you know.
For real.
To live this long. I just turned 30, bro. Mm-hmm. I didn't think I was gonna make it past 18. And I remember being a dumb kid thinking like aspiring, trying to go to prison and shit, you know. Like, luckily I stayed out of prison.
Yeah,
you know.
That's really what a lot of people's goals are, like where we're from, you know. That's what they hope to like rise up, and you know. And my bad, y'all. I had to step out of frame. I just had to shed a little thug tear. That's crazy, bro. I haven't even cried in years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My girl be getting mad at me because I don't even be crying and shit. But like, I just talking about that was, I don't know.
No, it was a very touchy subject, man. You know, it was touchy, man, because like I said, everybody just fucking takes things different, and you didn't grow up with the chip on your shoulder. Instead, you try to give back. You know, which is fucking dope. More people are getting into giving back.
Hell yeah,
which is something that I'd like to get involved with, man.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
And that I definitely part of the plan is to like be somewhat like of a community organizer, to where I've done all these things with Chuck, because that's my best friend, that's my brother. We again, I used to be his manager back in the day, so this was just, it made sense. These were business moves, right? But as I grow more and as I try to expand, I want to do more of these things with all types of people. You know, I want to do stuff with me and Kawhi. We're gonna do something later down the line. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do more stuff with people out of town. I want to do stuff with even bigger and better people. You know, not better like, I'm not calling them better like that. I'm just saying bigger, like
beyond local.
Beyond like fucking even like, I'm talking about like international, bro. I want to go. Like, I just mentioned Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm trying to. There's a lot of problems in the world. You know, if I can like at some point, someday, maybe even like have enough money and resources to be able to sit down with like the president and be like, all right, this is what I would like to do. This is this is my plan. This is how it can be put into action. You know, if I can go sit down with different like world leaders, that'd be beautiful. You know, and I think I could do it. It just takes. It
all starts locally.
Yeah, for sure.
It starts small.
For sure.
And I feel like we've been taking those steps. You know, like you said, the wave has been paved. You know, we're paving it as we're going along, and failures come along the way. You know, but those are all fucking learning curves.
Yeah, absolutely. I was literally just thinking about this before I came. Like, I failed probably, for every one win I've took, I've probably failed 20 times, if not more. I've lost so much money. Like, I've like made some decent money. You know what I mean? Like, the people around me have made like some real good money and stuff. You know, and it's still probably like nowhere near what we've lost. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy, bro. Like,
and somebody not that somebody has to do that, but somebody has to go out there and give it a try.
Absolutely,
a try. And if it wasn't for those failing, it wouldn't give those others ones that succeeded later on that little push of if he did it, I could do it.
Yep.
You know.
Absolutely.
And because sometimes you have to be the first guy to be like, nobody's done it. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You know?
Sir.
I feel like a lot of the people I've interviewed have been like that. We're almost closing up on the hour. Is there anything that we might have missed that you'd like to mention? Or any shout outs?
Shout out to you, first and foremost, bro.
Appreciate that, man. I haven't seen you in years, so it was cool seeing you from online to like, hey, bro, pull up.
Sir,
you know?
Yes, sir. Yeah, no,
So
I appreciate.
Thank you for actually taking, the time out of your day to come through and I'll say kick it, bro, but this is what is it? Networking, kicking it is both.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Yeah, and
you
catching
know?
up as well. Getting some good content. You know
That
what I
part,
mean?
you know?
Yeah. Yes, sir. No, I appreciate you, man, for having me. Yeah. Shout out to you, of course, first and foremost. Shout out to God. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the guys. And absolutely shout out to every single person who has donated to this event. Everyone who's helped be a part of it, everyone who's helped amplify it even more. All of it is appreciated. I'm ridiculously grateful. I can't even put into words how much I appreciate this. This was just like an idea I had a couple weeks ago and stuff. I pitched it to Chuck. Chuck already had been wanting to do this thing, so he was like, let's do it. And we just started making calls, and we got a lot more yeses than we got nos, and that's a first, for a lot of stuff. So I'm just really grateful. I'm ridiculously grateful. Yeah, stay in tune. There's a lot more great things to come.
And then, is there any social networks that people could follow you at if they want to keep up with you, or if they want to get involved in any future endeavors, future events?
Yeah, for sure. If you want to follow me directly, I just got back on social media. I've been in the process of rebranding. I'm still in the process of rebranding. It's gonna be a whole thing. You guys will see. But H Makes It Happen. That's my personal social media. That's my personal page, and you can find that's on Instagram, Twitter, everything. Right? TikTok, even Snapchat, and then H Made It Happen. That's more of like my business portfolio page, and that's actually where I'll be promoting like my web development services, all my graphic design, creative services, business services. I do a lot of stuff like as far as sourcing product for different companies, help with like strategy for like social media, search engine optimization. I do like a little bit of everything and stuff. Everything. People always like they'll ask me for something and they'll be like, "Do you do this as well? Can you help me with this?"
This guy's one of the most resourceful guys I know, man. Straight up.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. I try to tell people like, if I can't do it, like I could probably get you in contact with someone who can. You know,
to where you can.
Yeah, and I don't need nothing out of that. I just literally, I feel like my purpose in life is to connect the world. Like I'm here to help bridge the gap, and hopefully me doing so will help some people get in touch and make some great things happen, and I don't need nothing out of that. I just like doing cool shit. Yeah, man, so
yeah. Well, we're gonna end up wrapping up. We're going to end up wrapping up this episode. The shoes start kicking in.
Hell yeah.
The shoes start kicking in, but hey, man.
Yeah.
Thank you again, man, for coming through, man. Appreciate you. Now you good. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, though.
Fucking appreciate all you guys tuning in, watching this episode, taking time out of your day, man. We are the 99 Podcast. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Yes, sir.